machines, like it's programmed, right? Meaning you need to be trained to be able to know how to designate the machine to churn out what. Is that it? So is it timber? Can you designate the machine to make sure the prefabricated timber comes out exactly how you want it? Is that it? Is that why you need to use a CNC machine?
So initially the CNC machines did pre-cut pieces of timber very, very simple. It was just about doing certain length cuts and doing some markings for positioning. But today the technology is it's much more advanced, and you can have weirdly shaped pieces of timber, glulam. It can be curved, round, cambered, you name it, and the CNC machine can cut it according to the data you feed into the machine. So if I have something in the 3D software and have modeled everything in 3D, then this data can be exported into a compatible file format consistent with the CNC manufacturer's machine format, and the machine is basically pretty stupid. The machine just reads the data and knows, okay, this kind of drill or saw blade or drilling machine or milling machine has to attack this part of timber in this position from this angle and drill a hole, etc. And it's some kind of computer numerical control, and I'm not a mathematician, but I like leveraging this technology, and you can reach great speed in terms of prefabrication, and you can have a lot of control in terms of, okay, this is the order in which we want to cut it. This is how we want to optimize things. So the software can even optimize your timber stock to ensure you have zero off-cut, etc. So everything is streamlined as much as possible, and for ultimate benefits.
Yeah, because they're saying for German innovation, prefabrication, precise engineering, and it's like use of advanced materials using high performance and efficiency. Yeah. Now, whereas Australian practices, it's like predominantly on-site framing, with minimal adoption of prefabrication, resulting in maybe higher costs. Now, what is the process of prefabrication? Like, when a client comes to you and says, let's talk about building a prefabricated home, do they give you a draft coming from an architect, and then you go from there? You then advise them as to what's possible? Or you can completely skip past the designing part, because prefabrication is separate to architecture, like designing something that's completely, how do I say this, not standardized. Because, when clients want a home that's, maybe got whatever they want to put in, like, they want an indoor pool, they want all sorts of different things, outside the square concepts. How do you balance, a client's extra features with prefabrication methods? Like, how do you explain to them that prefabrication is probably a bit more standardized? Like you were saying, it's got a particular method because it's meant to be a bit more efficient. How do you go about doing that? Because you mentioned that you also give costing, like you do. You have a really good grasp of how much it may cost to build a prefabricated home. So how do you, what's the first step to starting?
Ideally, the client knows what his preferences are in terms of outcome. You either put a great emphasis on a design and utilize your build, dream home, whatever you want to build, You utilize it as an ultimate tool of self-expression, and you look for an architect who can help you with that, who adds a lot of value in terms of, okay, I want to have an architect who embraces creativity and takes me on the journey to have a very unique and award-winning design, etc. So you can go about it like that, and just design something which isn't very efficient. It might be feasible, but there's a little certainty with regards to costs and outcome of an actual construction process, because it's a very unique design. And the more intricate in design a house is, the more difficult any kind of estimation, planning, 3D modeling, engineering, etc. is getting. And it's also getting more labor intense the more intricate a design is. So 10 square meter of an easy wall or cladding is not the same cost as 10 square meter of wall that is nested and intricate with a round window and all kinds of weird design features. And what I have experienced here in Australia is that people are putting a lot of emphasis on a bespoke and custom design. And unfortunately, this is not discouraged by the architect very often. So the client and architect are the first two stakeholders in the whole process who set the tone for the outcome. And if they come up with a design and the client gets emotionally attached to that design, and both parties are unaware of the actual cost consequences and financial consequences, if you embrace creativity, you can be creative all day long, but if you don't prioritize a certain budget, you might have difficulties later on. You have to redesign, you have to re-engineer, you start over, and the relationship between client and architect turns sour because neither of them have positioned themselves clearly with regards to, okay, this is what I want and this is what I can offer. And if you're a client who says, okay, I want to achieve high performance and ultimate cost effectiveness and perfect collaboration and synergy between all stakeholders, etc., then you need an architect who is specialized in that and works as facilitator to make that happen, instead of just embracing creativity without regards for the financial aspect of things.